I realize that trade is a very complicated issue right now with the Trump administration. But when I'm overseas, I often hear leaders saying that they prefer trade to aid, that that's what will really help their populations in a more sustainable way. So can increasing U.S. trade sub in for the loss of soft power in the Middle East?
1,000,000%. That is what people love American products. I think that's something that America is really good at. I think, just to give you, I think, an example we can all see. Where are the protests in the Middle East calling for more U.S. aid? You don't see any. Now with the United States cutting the funding, and the reason for that is because this money hardly makes it to the people, while U.S. products do. U.S. trade, people use Instagram, people use Facebook, people use iPhone. They interact with the U.S. through its movies. So I think it's like increasing U.S. trade, increasing U.S. investments, mutual benefits, works for everybody. I think that's the best use of U.S. soft power.
I think the challenge is many of these debates, and in Washington, D.C., many of the conversations become very binary. And it's either this or it's that. And so my view, certainly we need diplomatic tools. Of course, we need economic tools and leverage and trade. I'm going to make the case quickly for aid, and sometimes even sanctions. And then, of course, part of this so-called toolkit, a variety of means of soft power, too. But aid, to zero it out when it's a relatively small budget, I would rather reform it, restructure it, if you will, reduce it. But I think there are lots of things that aid does, from feeding people to assisting civil society to promoting and supporting minority rights in a different country, a given country at a different time. So I'm for trade, but I'm not for zeroing out aid. I think aid still has a role.